Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive deep into something that could seriously transform how we handle, well, tons of paperwork.
You bet.
Today we're looking at how robotic process automation, RPA, can revolutionize claims processing.
It's a game changer for sure.
We've got some great sources today that lay out a practical roadmap.
Yeah, they offer some really actionable strategies for anyone looking to leverage RPA.
So if you're tired of drowning in claims paperwork, and let's face it, who isn't? Stick around. We're about to explore how to not just survive, but actually thrive.
Yeah, thrive in a world where claims processing is actually, dare I say, efficient.
Exactly. All right, let's jump right in. One of the first things our sources emphasize is the critical importance of top-level buy-in for RPA initiatives.
Absolutely. That C-suite support can make or break a project.
Why is that so crucial?
Well, think about it. Having a C-level executive championing RPA means they can really align it with the organization's big picture goals.
Right, so it's not just seen as some isolated tech project.
Exactly. And they can unlock the resources, the budget, the personnel, you name it. Plus, they can be a powerful advocate, smoothing the way for adoption across different departments.
Yeah, I can see how that would make a huge difference. It's like having someone clearing a path for you instead of trying to push a boulder uphill alone.
That's a perfect analogy. Now, once you've got that top-level buy-in secured, our sources suggest using what they call the 3 pillars of automation as a framework.
3 pillars. I'm intrigued. Break it down for me.
Okay, so the first pillar is the digital enterprise.
Okay, so we're talking big picture here.
Right. This is about your organization's overall digital transformation strategy. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built.
So before you even think about implementing RPA, you need to create a digital-first environment.
Exactly. Now, the second pillar is process automation.
And this is where we start tackling those clunky processes.
You got it. Think about those inefficient end-to-end processes that are just begging to be streamlined.
Like claims adjudication. You know, that whole process of checking if a claim is valid and everything's in order. I can only imagine the bottlenecks there.
Oh, absolutely. Claims adjudication is a prime candidate for RPA. You can automate things like data verification, checking against policy terms, all those manual checks that take forever.
And free up human employees to focus on more complex tasks.
Precisely. And then the third pillar is task automation.
So this is where we zoom in on those specific repetitive tasks within those bigger processes.
Exactly. Think about manually extracting data from forms or copy-pasting information between systems.
Tedious and prone to human error.
Exactly. RPA can handle those tasks automatically, freeing up your team's time and improving accuracy.
So using the 3-pillar approach, organizations can really ensure they're getting the most out of their RPA implementation.
Absolutely. It's a holistic approach, You're not just slapping on a Band-Aid solution here and there. You're thinking strategically about how to transform your entire claims ecosystem.
Love it. Okay, so we've got our strategy and our framework. But who are the key players in making this RPA implementation a success?
That's where the A-team comes in. You need a diverse group of experts with different skill sets.
Okay. Give me the rundown.
Well, first and foremost, you need your operations experts, the people who really understand the ins and outs of claims processing.
Right, the ones who live and breathe claims every day.
Exactly. They know where the pain points are, the processes that really need help.
Yeah.
Then you've got your transformation specialists. These are the folks who are skilled at, driving change within an organization.
They're the ones who can navigate the inevitable bumps in the road and keep things moving forward.
Exactly. And of course, you need your IT gurus, the tech wizards who make all the magic happen.
Can't forget about them. They're the ones who actually build and implement the RPA solutions.
Exactly. But it's not just a tech show, right? We also need business process owners who can provide that deep understanding of how claims processing actually works.
They bridge the gap between the tech folks and the operations folks, making sure everyone's on the same page.
Right. And we can't forget about our data experts, the ones who ensure data integrity and security.
Especially important in today's world.
Absolutely. So you see, this cross-functional team brings so many different perspectives to the table. It helps break down silos and leads to, a much more well-rounded, holistic approach to RPA implementation.
Makes sense. And I'm guessing this kind of collaborative approach becomes even more critical when we start talking about integrating RPA with artificial intelligence and machine learning, right?
Oh, absolutely. Combining RPA with AI and machine learning, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Well, think of it this way. Traditional RPA is great for automating those rule-based tasks, but when you add AI and machine learning to the mix, you can start tackling more complex, unstructured scenarios.
So RPA can actually learn and adapt as it processes claims.
Exactly. It can analyze vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and even predict potential issues before they arise.
Wow, that sounds powerful. Can you give me a real-world example of how this might play out in a claims scenario?
Sure. Think about fraud detection. A traditional RPA system might flag potentially fraudulent claims based on some predefined rules. But an AI-powered system could analyze a much wider range of data points, looking for those subtle patterns and anomalies that might indicate fraudulent activity.
So it's like having a superpowered detective on your team.
Exactly. And the beauty is AI and machine learning are constantly learning and improving, so the more data they process, the better they get at detecting fraud.
That's incredible. But with all these potential areas where RPA can be applied, it can be a bit overwhelming to know where to even begin.
Right, that's a common challenge. But our sources offer some great advice on how to prioritize your automation targets.
Lay it on me.
The key is to start by analyzing your existing workflows, identifying those bottlenecks and pain points.
Those areas where things get bogged down or require a lot of manual effort.
Exactly. Then you can prioritize those processes based on a few factors. First, complexity. How difficult would it be to automate this process?
Right. Some processes might be more straightforward to automate than others.
Exactly. Then consider the impact. How much would automating this process improve efficiency and reduce errors? And finally, potential value. What's the return on investment for automating this process?
So it's about finding that sweet spot where automation makes the biggest difference.
Right. And often those legacy systems that have been around forever, the ones that are really crying out for a digital makeover, they're great places to start.
Makes sense. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the importance of securing top-level buy-in to the power of integrating RPA with AI and machine learning.
It's amazing to see how RPA is transforming the world of claims processing.
It really is. So as you think about your own organization and its claims processing challenges, ask yourself, which processes could benefit from the efficiency boost that RPA offers?
It's a question worth pondering.
It definitely is. And that wraps up our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another exciting exploration into the world of business and technology.
See you then.